What's going on, Guardians? Your boy Sly here, and welcome to the Friday ritual that here in a month and a half will be the most talked about day in Destiny for quite some time, and that is the indicator of the weekend, the agent of the Nine himself, our friendly hometown black market arms dealer, Xur. So what's up, ladies and gents? Hope that your Friday is off to an amazing start so far, and that your schedule is so packed with awesomeness that there is barely time to sleep. But, just in case you have the total opposite of that, Black Ops 3 is free all weekend on PC, so hit up Steam and definitely check it out. Also, before we begin, I'm sure that most of you have heard about the sheer insane amount of Destiny news coming out of Game Informer this week, and if you haven't, well, where have you been? And second of all, you can catch the complete rundown right here. I go over everything released, and there is tons of news, y'all. All the raid gear, all the trials gear, new exotics, new Prison of Elders-like activity, all of that coming with the Rise of Iron, and so much more. You can click the link up above here to watch that. It is totally worth it, and they also are completely overhauling the artifact system that will change the way the game is played. I go over it in detail in this video right here. It took me a while to make these two, so I hope that you like them, and if you don't have annotations turned on, then both of the links are in the description box below. Definitely, guys, definitely check them out if you have the time. Alright, so let's do the thing. It's Friday, August 5th, and welcome to Sly Nation's weekly Xursday guide. So as you can see, Xur's gardening skills have been perfected along with his gang tag sign, so that means he is definitely here at the tower. But where, you ask? Tower North, my good friends. Upon landing, stick to the left and head to the speaker. He is on the far side of the walkway at the place I lovingly call the suicide spot. Xur, me boy! Alright, good looking like usual, buddy. Nice kelp tentacle things, right? Okay, so anyway, let's take a look. And, well, a decent weekend. I mean, nothing great, but the weapon is definitely holding this one above water. Alright, so let's take a look, guys. First up, we have a Titan exotic, the no backup plans. Next for the Hunter, one of the best exotic helmets in the game, the Gravitron Forfeit. For the last armor piece this weekend, we show the Warlock some love, and we'll be taking a look at the Apotheosis Veil. Finally, the weapon this week, and the proverbial icing of the cake, we have an awesome exotic auto rifle, the Zalo Supercell. As for engrams, we only have one, and it's a Year 1 Legacy primary weapon engram. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you're looking for Thorn, the Last Word, Hard Light, or any of those weapons in Year 1 that are primary, this would be your chance to go ahead and grab it. Alright, so moving on to curios, we have the two usual Sparrow upgrades, the blue plasma drive, and then the green emerald coil. Then we have the usual 3-pack of heavy synth, the 5-pack 3 of coins, the underused and underappreciated glass needles, and then the inspiration for MC Hammers, don't touch this, down here at the bottom. Alright, well let's take a deeper look at some of these stats, shall we? Starting off with the no backup plans. Exotic perk is called Force Multiplier. Shotgun kills trigger force barrier, and force barrier duration is increased. Low stats here with 49 strength. That is insanely low for an armor piece with only one stat. I would re-roll this joker or jack up strength as high as possible. Secondary perks are Rain Blows, increased melee attack speed, and momentum transfer. Bonus melee energy on grenade hits. Finally, like most gauntlets, we can take advantage of accelerated reload speed on certain weapons. Here, we can choose between Shotgun Loader, increased reload speed with the shotguns, or Machine Gun Loader, increased reload speed with LMGs. The no backup plans are probably one of the most underused OP exotics in the game, but because of their looks and other exotics, they're not used to their full potential. This is also a great close quarter combat exotic, especially in PvP, and melee battles in particular. But you can also outshoot an opponent one-on-one in a shotgun battle if you have this talent procced. It's an absolute lifesaver, and it happens on every single shotgun kill. I like it, and it makes you change up your playstyle, which is always a fun thing to do for a while. Next up, we're taking a look at the pride and joy of the Hunter Armory, the exotic Gravitron Forfeit. Exotic perk is called Elusive Shadow. Unlocks Night Stalker subclass node Shade Step for free. Gain an evade by pressing crouch. Mediocre stats here, guys. 32, 31 intellect strength, and of course you can bump one of these up just a bit higher. I'd go intellect if I were you. Secondary perks are Invasive Shadow, increased super energy from killing PvE enemies, and Heavy Lifting, increased super energy from killing PvE enemies with heavy weapons. And then finally, one of my most hated perks in the game, Invigoration, bonus melee energy from orbs. Now the Gravitron Forfeit is at the top of the best looking helmet in the game. Is it really that useful though? Probably not. You can already use Shade Step as a hunter, but the idea with this helmet is that you can free up this node and select 2 different talents while still being able to use Shade Step. If something goes wrong in Kingsfall and you're a mana too short, setting your hunter to use Quiver, which fires 3 arrows from the bow, and then couple that with Predator, which is the one with traps, you can trap 3 ogres and easily take out all 4 ogres by your lonesome. It's a great trick to use, and this helmet can also let you use Keen Scout in Trials or PvP while still having the evasive action of Shade Step. Definitely handy to have, but let's be honest guys, it's that glowing purple flame that really sells this thing. Alright, so moving along, we are taking a look at an old favorite of mine, the Warlock's exotic helmet called the Apotheosis Veil. Exotic perk is called Private Reserves. Immediately regenerate health, melee, and grenade energy upon activating your super. Middle of the road stats here as well with 32, 35 intellect strength, and I would choose intellect for the manlock. Secondary perks are inverse shadow, increased super energy from killing PvE enemies, and second thoughts. Increased super energy from killing PvE enemies with special weapons, and then for the final disappointment, we have innervation. Bonus grenade energy from orbs. Private reserves. This was my first exotic armor piece in Destiny, and the only reason I was level 30 for a few weeks back in Vanilla Destiny. Now, it carried me all the way into my Atheon days, and then came back to relevance when Crota stopped health regen, and rolling this helmet with health from orbs, along with activating your super if needed, made for a very useful tool in the first year of Destiny. However, it has since lost its luster and is now kind of obsolete. It's still useful in PvP and PvE for the same purpose as I used it in Crota. If you're about to die, it's like a big panic button, you know? Activate your super, boom, you're good to go. However, there are better exotics out there, and I would skip this unless it's something that you're missing in your collection. Alright guys, so next we're going to dig into the main event for this Xursday, and that is the awesome Xalo Supercell. It's an exotic for 2 reasons. First, because of its intrinsic self-titled talent, Xalo Supercell arc projectiles have the chance to chain lightning when enemies are close together. And in conjunction with bolts from the blue, double kills with this weapon charge a small amount of super energy and return ammo to the mag. That is the reason this beast is an exotic. As for barrel upgrades, we have CQB ballistics, smart drift control, and aggressive ballistics. I would go aggressive ballistics all the way. Secondary perk is persistence. This weapon grows more accurate the longer it is fired. As for passive perks in the middle, we have hammer forged, rifled barrel, and then braced frame. Go braced frame all the way. The Xalo Supercell is a fantastic weapon no matter where you bring it. It's in that category of weapons where you can just use it in the raid, then hop right into the Crucible and be just as prepared. It's also the only primary to have an element in the Taken King. This is now an exotic-only feature that will be used sparingly from here on out. I would recommend aggressive ballistics and braced frame from the extra impact and added stability. However, if you're not a stability freak like I am, then go with aggressive ballistics and hammer forged for the added accuracy. Accuracy is a huge part in dealing damage, and the more of it you can get, the better. However, does it outweigh almost 100% more stability? I don't think so, guys. Anyways, this weapon is right on the line to have missed the recent auto rifle nerf, and it still packs a punch today. The Supercell should be your #1 purchase today if you don't have it already. For anything Arc related, grab this, an Arc 1000 yard stare, and a legendary Arc sword, and there is nothing you can't handle in Destiny. Okay, well that's about it, Guardians. Like I said, if you're still looking to complete your collection of exotics, the Legacy Primary Engram isn't a bad choice if you have the coins to spare. It's supposed to analyze what you don't have and favor missing weapons. Whether there's any truth to that, that's beyond me, but nonetheless, it's definitely worth a try. Alright, ladies and gents, that's it. As always, thank you all so much for watching and for your support of the smaller YouTuber. Guys, there are tons of Destiny YouTubers out there, and I appreciate that out of all of those talented creators, you choose to watch me. Thanks for the support, guys, and here fairly soon I'll be repaying you all for your loyalty. As always, if you want to stay up to date on everything Destiny, Rise of Iron, or The Division, follow me on Twitter at SlyNation. It's the best place to stay up to date on everything gaming related, as well as new uploads from my channel. Have a great weekend, guys, and stay tuned for more Rise of Iron reveals coming out here very, very soon. But until then, this is your boy Sly. Done. Gone. Out.
Ammo inbound. Zone B secure.